Team Heard is under fire once again as it's been alleged that they have made an attempt to bait a juror to break cover. Eve Barlow, a friend of Heard who testified in the trial, tried to discredit the jury in a tweet, but it was met with severe backlash. So what exactly did Eve Barlow say? What is her connection to the trial? Keep watching to find out. Eve Barlow tweeted that the jury might have been influenced by social media, a claim that Team Heard has been making for weeks. However, she's been met with flack as many are not impressed at her comments, calling it ironic as she was thrown out of court during the trial. Amber Heard's close friend, British music journalist Eve Barlow, was barred from testifying in Johnny Depp's defamation trial. Her journalistic instincts took over. According to the testimony of some of the people who have access to the hearing, where a lawsuit that could result in the actor being paid $50 million for defamation is being discussed. Last Friday, the judge handling the case caught the contributor to New York Magazine sending text messages from her cell phone and issuing tweets on social networks, with the main goal being to relate what happened in the enclosure. As a result, the woman in question, who was also in the area normally reserved for lawyers, was asked to leave without the right to return. Eve Barlow has become an inseparable friend of Johnny Depp's ex-wife, even going so far as to want to act as part of her legal team, performing functions that do not belong to her, such as attempting to intervene against Gina Duders, a witness and friend of the 58-year-old actor. According to Barlow, she's also shown a post of the witness claiming that it was recent to the trial, despite the fact that it was last year. So the journalist was expelled and her testimony was removed from the record. Amber sat in the front row along with her legal team at the trial, live tweeting, texting, and posting information. Eve Barlow appears to think she is a member of Amber's legal team. Depp's attorneys had had enough and barred her from the courtroom, said a source who preferred anonymity. Fan reaction. One fan commented, "But this was about Amber's op-ed in which she claims Johnny abused her physically and sexually. The jury had to answer the question, did Johnny ever say anything mean to Amber? Rather than, did Amber lie when she claimed she was raped and beaten?" Another stated, "Take a look at me. Everyone, take a look at me, and I'll make money because today's young women have been socialized and educated to believe that all women are constantly oppressed and raped. Why don't you realize that men spend their entire day talking about women as objects and plotting their next big takeover of some fictitious right that women do not have? Give me all your attention and money. Look, I even get people who know I'm a liar to pay attention. Are you kidding me?" One more user said, "If anyone can listen to the 4-hour argument without thinking Amber is psychologically abusing him, they clearly don't know what they're talking about." One more fan stated, "She's so focused on Minge that she can't see the forest for the trees. She'll have trouble seeing anything when Heard blacks out her eyes in the near future." Another said, "Did Amber state in her tro that she was only verbally and emotionally abused? Did she say in her op-ed that she was in a verbally emotionally abusive relationship? No, she testified for days alleging severe physical and sexual assaults, which she was unable to demonstrate. Nothing she said made sense, and she proved herself to be untrustworthy and untrustworthy." This trial wasn't about whether Johnny verbally or emotionally abused her, and even if he did, she'd still lose because she was the aggressor in many, if not most, of the arguments, definitely not a victim. She stated that she spoke out against sexual assault, implying that Depp raped her. He didn't do it. She slandered him. The case is closed. Another commented, "Is she even aware that this trial isn't about abuse at all? It all came down to defamation. Guys, where in the jury instructions does it ask if the jury believes JD hit AH? They were asked to investigate whether AH made statements in her op-ed that were maliciously directed at JD. So yes, the jury did their job. They listened to the testimony, examined the evidence, and reached a unanimous decision. It doesn't mean they don't understand the law. It just means AH's evidence wasn't strong enough to back up what she was saying, so they didn't believe her. Eve, please sit down and STFU. You clearly have no idea what you're talking about." One more said, "Wasn't it Amber Heard who told the jury to look her up on social media on the stand?" One that a user replied, "She most emphatically did." AH and Elaine worked very hard to pique the jurors' interest in checking social media to see what AH was up to. Except that AH underestimated the jury. They aren't middle schoolers who would starve if they didn't have TikTok for a day. They are mature adults who went through the jury selection process and knew what the rules were. I could go months without checking Facebook or Twitter. I Google things and read my Kindle, but social media isn't important to me. I'm 38. However, for AH, Twitter and Instagram are life because that's where she goes to feel important by gaining followers and receiving freebies. Do you think Eve Barlow was right? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more.